Anyone up for a game of cowboys and vampires? This might not be your great-great-grandfather's Wild West, but this town still ain't big enough for the two of us, partner. So, story time. I've actually been looking forward to playing Evil West since it first caught my attention, pretty ironically, actually, at PAX East this year. I was intrigued by the premise and the non-stop action that I saw displayed at the Focus Entertainment booth. Cowboys with gory, grotesque finishing moves? I mean, sign me up. Ever since that moment, the question on my mind has been whether or not this game could live up to the internal hype that I created for it. But before I get ahead of myself, let's set the scene, shall we? In Evil West, we are playing as professional badass Jesse Rentier, whose father is the director of the Rentier Institute, an organization tasked with taking on the evil vampiric forces that plague humanity. It's kind of an underground type deal. As always, I don't think the humans are quite ready to face their demons head on, and the vampires are pretty good at hiding their true ugly. Anyway, these foul beasts are colloquially referred to as ticks, which, by the way, I absolutely love because ticks are the worst. Like, why do they exist? Can Jesse and his crew eradicate this scourge on the West? Is there a cure for those that have been infected? Can Jesse's partner Edgar finally retire? Well, I'm sure not going to tell you, but you may want to find out for yourself. Personally, though, I love how worlds collide to create the universe that is Evil West. You'll find pictures of our protagonists with historical figures and period-accurate technology mingling with these fanciful weapons and scientific studies. This story isn't one of a kind by any means. In fact, I have definitely gotten the title of this game confused with Weird West and Hard West on multiple occasions. Similar premises, mythological beasts meets Western, but the way that this game intertwines its folklore and its reality make it stand on its own really well, and it's pretty damn impressive. I should also note, but it'll be clearly displayed in my footage, I am here for a good time, not a get good time, if you will, so I really appreciated the variety of difficulty options offered by Evil West. I split my time between the normal and story mode, and those suited my needs just fine. Personally, I loved story mode. It was not without its challenges, but it made the hard-hitting fighting mechanics even more fun for me when I didn't have to die over and over again. If you are a glutton for punishment, you can always pump up the volume with hard and evil mode for a more disturbing level of challenge. Evil West is all action, almost all the time. You are thrust right into the gameplay at the very beginning with the brief explanations of Jesse's movesets. You'll start with his powerful melee attacks like punches, kicks, and juggles, and you'll collect a whole slew of weapons and abilities on your travels that add to the fun and flavor of combat. As you fight, you'll earn skill points by leveling up, which can go towards further improving Jesse's abilities. You'll also collect currency, which can be used to purchase weapon upgrades. Dissatisfied with how you've leveled up Jesse thus far, now that you're really dialing into your own style, no problem. You can actually reset all upgrades and reassign to truly tailor your experience to how you like to play. And oh boy, does gameplay feel fantastic. The fighting is fluid and fun, and nothing feels better than performing a finishing move on a particularly disturbing adversary. With so many different ways to upgrade Jesse and his weapons, the possibilities feel endless. I must say that graphically, Evil West is downright awe-inspiring on the PC. I was amazed by what this team was able to accomplish in bringing this twisted vision of the Wild West to life. From the grotesque monsters to the incredible level of detail in the skin textures. Seriously, you can see every wrinkle, blemish, and scar. Nothing seems to be overlooked in this title. The environments were lush and lively, or oozingly vile, depending on the scenario, with tons to explore, collect, and discover. The cutscenes are also super cinematic, and at times they truly feel like watching a film. The unique camera angles, lighting, and artistic shots and visuals are not something you see in any old video game, and trust me, I've played a lot of video games. There were quite a few cutscenes, but none of them went on for too long, and they're all skippable if you only care about popping vampire blood blisters with over-the-top finishers. Attention to detail didn't just stop at the character model models, cutscenes, and environments, though. I also really appreciated the visual cues that helped indicate where to progress the story. These weren't only your standard action prompts, though there are plenty of those scattered about the game to tell you what to shoot or what you can interact with, but there were also glowing chains and fence posts that helped illuminate a passable area. It's such a simple concept talking about it out loud, but it's something that many adventure games seem to overlook. It can be so easy to lose your way in a game like this, adding to players' frustrations and taking you out of the story. These simple, subtle clues helped keep me laser focused and fully immersed in the game. Also, this has nothing to do with literally anything, but I do have to say that my man Jesse opens treasure chests with a swift punch to the top. Boss move. I approve. I would say that the soundtrack is definitely the most forgettable aspect of the game for me. That's not to say it's bad, but it doesn't stand out in my mind, especially when competing with all of the incredible visuals and the fantastic audio cues and sound effects. The music is usually ambient and sometimes absent entirely. When there is more of a melodic tune, it sounds like disintegrating Western music, dark, droning, but with a distinct twang that provides that Western flavor. Battle music hits hard and fast, as you would expect, propelling you through unsightly messes of enemies. Something I really appreciated about the sound design was the audio cues that signaled the end of a battle. It was something approximating the sound of a ricocheting bullet.
Christ, it's nothing like anything I've killed before.
Not that I have any point of reference what that would sound like in real life, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. This tiny little non-obtrusive cue really helps put your nerves at ease and allow you to explore the environments with a little more confidence, knowing that an enemy's not going to sneak up on you. Again, such a small touch, but one that makes a positive impact on the gameplay experience as a whole, so super important. I'm not going to beat around the tumbleweed any longer. Evil West is a great game. Satisfying combat, great difficulty and accessibility options, you can even turn off spiders, and exceptional attention to detail in nearly every aspect makes this one a must-play for action fans and Western lovers alike. While I was unfortunately unable to test the online multiplayer mode, I'm really glad that this option exists for those that enjoy mowing down baddies with a little help from a friend. For all of those reasons and so many more, I am awarding Evil West a golden genie lamp of approval. It did the almost impossible and not only lived up to my lofty expectations, but exceeded them. You do not want to miss this game.